Virginia hockey is underway. I'm Quinn Kuski here on the broadcast, and the midshipmen have the puck in the defensive end, and they look to work it cross ice, and they'll swing it on around the boards, and Longo will come out behind to settle. Longo drops it off there. Navy in the offensive end. There's the first shot there, and that one screams by Longo. And another shot there, that one a soft one. Longo pads that one out to his defense, and they play it on. Judas comes in hard, trying to gain possession, but it's sent back along and back out for Judas. Judas unable to get to it, and Judas gets hit hard there at neutral ice, and that one now played out by Murphy. Navy looking to work it back into the offensive end. They step by a few players, and they turn it over to the Mountaineers. Gookin with it, looking to play it around the boards, and he'll turn it back over to Navy. Navy from the blue line. They let one go. That one blocked off out in front. Puck still loose, and now back in control of Navy. And now that one being played around the boards and taken back by the Mountaineers. The Mountaineers play it ahead, and now it's lugged on and sent all the way back in to the Navy end. Mountaineers looking to establish some offensive zone time, unable to do so as the midshipmen bring it back through neutral ice, and that shot into the trapper of Longo, and he'll hold on to it for a draw. Face off here on the blocker side of Longo. Evans wins it back, and that one taken on by Morris. Morris swinging it around the boards. He's looking for Ventura there. That one unable to be gained possession of. And now Morris with it around behind. He looks to swing it around the boards, and that one kicks free where it's played out. Pass barely missed, and now laid on for Evans. Evans able to send it into the zone where Navy will go to the far corner to retrieve. Navy from their defensive end looking to play it along. They turn it over to West Virginia. They try to find Evans in the slot, but that pass goes awry and Navy takes it back. Midshipmen looking to work it out of their end. They send it up to the blue line where that one's thrown back in down low, and Evans will retrieve it in the corner. Evans sends one out in front, no one around to retrieve it. Navy will get to it first. It goes back up to the blue line for a weak shot on goal, easily settled aside, and Navy back with possession. The midshipmen working it ahead. They bring it into the offensive end. That shot there goes wide to the left side of Longo and squirts around the boards where it's taken on now by the Mountaineers, and they'll send it back out as far as center ice. Navy bringing it back in, but they do so illegally as that was offsides. West Virginia early giving up a lot of zone time to the midshipmen. They've had a couple of extended possessions here in the offensive end, but they need to keep it going and really be able to cycle that zone and get a few chances on net, try to counteract this Navy offense. Face off one back for Gookin. Gookin sends it off the boards, and that one taken now by West Virginia, and they'll bring it into the zone. That one kicks free and taken back by Navy. The midshipmen work it ahead into the offensive end, and now they're trying to bring it down low. That one closed off effectively by Gookin, and they battle for it along the boards. That one kicks on free and is taken by Lewis. Lewis plays it off the boards, but turns it over, and it swings on back around where it's taken by Navy. And now Lewis back on the puck once more. Lewis sends it ahead, and that one deflected along there and sent on into the zone by Jukas. Now the puck comes on free. Longo comes out the plate, and he plays it into the wall effectively. A dangerous play, but well done there by Longo. Now turned over to Navy. They bring it into the slot, but that one kicks free and sent back out in the slot, but the only players there are Mountaineers, and they bring it ahead. Navy settles it around behind. They swing it around the boards, and that one backhanded along there by Murphy. A shot on goal, and that one patted aside. Another opportunity, and this one covered up by the midshipman netminder. West Virginia there with really their first strong opportunity of the game, and now they get an offensive zone draw. Coming up to take the draw here is Evans. That one won back to the point, and now battled for along the wall, and West Virginia comes away with possession. They swing it around the boards. A few players battling for it in the corner, some players screaming for a penalty, but they're not wearing the stripes. Puck kicks on back into the Navy offensive end. Navy takes a shot on goal, and that one right into the chest of Longo, and he'll cover up for a draw.
This is looking like a really rough game early on. The West Virginia Mountaineers are looking to be very physical and use the boards to win the puck.
West Virginia Mountaineers and the midshipmen engaged in a very physical battle early on, and two people here who have watched West Virginia hockey for a few years now, these only tend to escalate.
Yeah, it's looking like a good one so far out here. We're looking forward to more physical game going forward.
Mountaineers with it now along the far wall, and that one kicks all the way out into the slot, but that one backhanded along, but turned back over to the midshipmen. But West Virginia able to hold on to it momentarily. A good shot, and Longo snares it with the trapper. Longo's had to be strong early. West Virginia going ahead and bringing on the third line, Evans, Ventura, and Wilson. Evans wins the draw, and he's shot right in. That one goes by high on the left shoulder of Longo, and now it's cleared out along the boards by the Mountaineers. Navy sends it right back into the zone, though, and it's controlled now along the far wall by Navy. They send it right under the slot. That one now gloved down by Ventura, and he plays it back across for Wilson. Wilson has it skip off of his tape, and it goes up and out of play.
There hasn't seemed to be a team set on keeping the possession. It's a lot of back and forth so far. So we're looking forward to seeing who's going to be holding the puck a little more going into this game.
Yeah, these are two hockey teams that they haven't played each other before, and you have a Mountaineer team with a fresh coach and a lot of fresh faces. So it's definitely a bit of a feeling out process here early in the first period. West Virginia sends that one all the way down. Would have been an icing, but winds up on goal, and a bit of a snow spray there from Wilson, and midshipmen didn't like that at all, and we might be getting a bit ugly here early.
Yeah, it seemed most of the dead pucks, you've seen players come face to face, they're talking, they're getting physical, they're really getting to the game, so, and it's still very early, so we're sure to see this a lot more throughout the game.
Yeah, a bit of animosity there. Puck came in on an icing, wound up on frame, and snow spray right in the face of the netminder by Wilson, and there we go with another draw. Evans wins it back to the blue line. Quick shot there. That one sticked aside. Lewis tried to get it on frame. It goes back for Gukin. Gukin lets one go, and that one into the chest and a cover. Mountaineer offense starting to wake up here in this first period.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking for more shots, trying to move the puck around in the offensive zone. We'll see what they're doing going forward.
Evans stepping into the face-off circle. He's done well so far tonight. Looking to win that back to Wilson, but perhaps I jinxed him there as Navy wins the draw. Navy looking to work it ahead. They turn it over, though. West Virginia with it, and unable to corral it and put anything on net, and Gukin will just scream that one back around the boards, and West Virginia will make a change. Navy looking to bring it ahead, but they lugged it right into a West Virginia line change. A lot of traffic, nowhere to go. And the puck goes all the way back down where Navy will control it from their own defensive end. The midshipmen looking to bring it ahead. They'll bank one off the boards, and that one sticked aside and sent back in there by Hedges. Puck comes all the way back down again, and Navy forced to reset. They look to get it out of the zone, unable to do so. West Virginia has it now, but they'll turn it back over to Navy, and Navy with it around behind. This puck kicks free, and a shot there, and that one patted aside, perhaps not even getting on frame, and that one comes in back around the boards to be settled by the Navy netminder. This puck coming all the way down, settled by Hedges. He plays it off the boards, but it's turned over. Now Navy with one right out in front, and a huge save by Longo, and that one will come all the way out back to the Navy defensive end off of Longo's left pillow. That puck coming all the way down. No icing called on a deflection. And Gukin with it around behind, and he'll play it ahead. And a big hit there. West Virginia trying to step by, unable to do so, and they turn it back over. The midshipmen looking to bring it through center ice. That shot there, that one deflects off a skate. The skate of Lewis. And now Judas with a good hit, and that allows Lewis to pick up the puck, but only momentarily, as Navy has it once more. Navy loses it back to center ice.
It's really looking like the Mountaineers are trying to close off the middle any chance they get when the Navy Rams are on their side. So they're looking to close the middle out and send them to the outside.
Navy with it around behind here, and they'll turn it back over to West Virginia. Some of that forecheck that we were just talking about. Navy takes a shot on goal. That one off the glove of Longo, still loose. Really the first example of poor rebound control from Longo we've seen so far tonight. Judas plays it around behind. Longo needing to get his stick back, and now he can pick it up as that puck goes all the way down for an icing.
We really haven't seen a team slow down the pace of this game yet and move the puck around. It's really still been back and forth. 7.5 minutes into this period.
West Virginia working it out of their end, and they play it ahead now. Puck's sent down the boards, and that one's settled off there by Longo. And now it gets held by Morris. Morris looking to play it up the boards, unable to do so. And now it kicks all the way back into the blue line. A shot from the point, and that one blocked off and sent back around where it's settled by West Virginia. Mountaineers looking to get it out of their end, unable to do so. Navy with a shot, now went off the mask of Longo and up and out of play.
Here we're seeing Navy not letting the Mountaineers out of their zone, putting up a lot of pressure and getting a couple shots on net. Winning these faceoffs have really helped the Mountaineers keep possession in this game so far.
That puck going into the chest of the midshipman netminder, and he'll cover up for a draw. West Virginia on the left of the Navy netminder. That puck won by Navy, and they control it around behind. Mountaineers kind of letting the midshipmen get out of their end, and then they force a turnover at neutral ice. And now it's played ahead for maybe an opportunity here for Wilson. Wilson brings it in. He lets one go, and that one patted aside. Now the midshipmen.
Great defensive play there. You see the defender played the off player so he could cut off the pass for the quick shot on net and stop the goal.
Yeah, quick change of possession there led to a turnover and a good opportunity, probably the best opportunity of the game so far. Navy with it. That one turned over to Evans. Evans flips it all the way down the ice, and that one will go down for an icing.
Mountaineers coming off a great opportunity there.
Evans taking the draw. Evans wins it on back. And that one taken by Morris. Morris plays it across for Ventura, and Ventura looking for Wilson, turns it over. Navy with a shot. That one patted aside by Longo. It went behind him, but off to the right of the cage. It's battled for around behind. Navy with it. They look to play it up to the blue line. They do so successfully. A shot through traffic, and that one blocked off, never finding its way to Longo. West Virginia with it around behind. They look to play it ahead. That one nearly turned over, and it is a turnover, but it escapes out to center ice, and Navy plays it into Morris.
If Navy's going to want to find the back of the net here, they're really going to have to start moving the puck around more. West Virginia's just looking to clog up the middle every time they shoot it, and they're not seeing the back of the net.
Navy with it around behind. That one turned over to Jukas. Jukas sends it up, and it's played back around behind by Hedges. Now it's settled up at the blue line. Sent up. One-time shot, and that one blocked off. And that puck eventually goes up and skips out of play, and we'll have a draw.
I think we're seeing a little more possession getting picked up by Navy. I think they're starting to hold the puck a little more, getting a couple crucial shots on net, but a couple great saves by the Morgantown keeper.
Puck controlled around behind by the Mountaineers. They try to send it out in front. No one there to retrieve it. Hedges plays it around, and that one's settled around behind by Cerise. Puck right out in front. The shot there. That one patted aside. Still loose. Hedges with a shot. That one. Get it in! Hedges with the first goal of the year for West Virginia.
Great shot by West Virginia there. I'm very surprised. I thought we saw a tripping right before, but the ref did not decide to call it. But great shot by Morgantown, West Virginia, and we're on the way back for a 1-0 lead.
West Virginia leading off the season on a positive note, 1-0 off the goal from Max Hedges. A wrist shot right from the center of the blue line, that high slot. A lot of traffic out in front. Midshipman netminder never saw it.
That's just great awareness right there. He was ready in the middle. He put the puck on net and then went right into the back.
Real strong example of right place, right time there for Hedges. Navy with it. They'll play it up to center ice. Now Judas goes down hard there. A couple of West Virginia fans and players looking for a call, and play getting a little bit rougher here, and now we're going to have a bit of a conglomeration at center ice.
After one goal, I mean, this is all that you're going to see throughout the game. Navy's just going to start getting more and more physical, try to get into the Morgantown West Virginia University's head, sorry about that, and try to chip into this 1-0 lead that West Virginia University has.
Yeah, you know, these guys, they're talking to each other, you know, they're asking about their GPAs, what bar they're going to after the game, you know, things like that. It's just a normal, friendly chat down there on the ice.
Oh, I'm sure about it.
Face off won by Navy. They'll send it into the offensive end, and now they look for space, and a pass out in front. That went through to Longo, but he passes out. Another shot. Longo with a save. Scramble out in front, and Longo is on top of it, and he has been solid tonight.
Yeah, it's so early in this game, but he has seen several shots, and he has kept that puck out of there, so hopefully he can keep that up throughout the game.
Busy 9 minutes here for Longo, and he's going to need to keep working hard because this game could get exhausting. He's still got a whole lot of hockey to play.
Yeah, he's seen a whole lot more shots than that other goaltender on the other end down there.
Puck played ahead. Mountaineers looking to bring it into the offensive end. They're unable to do so. Now they work it forward, and they play it cross ice where it's turned over to Navy, and Navy gets it out as far as center. Mountaineers congesting things, and they wind up forcing a play off sides, and we'll have a draw. Both teams going on ahead and making a change. Mountaineers bringing on the Morris and Barrows defensive pairing. They've got Evans, Ventura, and Wilson at forward. Face-off won there by Evans. It goes back for Morris. Morris looking to play it ahead, and that one kicks free and a shot, and that one gloved down by Longo.
What a great glove save there. He was ready for it all the way. You saw him snatch that thing up right when it was coming at him. Great save by the keeper.
Great save by Longo, but if you're Longo, you're telling your defenseman, stop passing it in the slot and turning it over, because that was almost an assist for Jacob Morris on that one. Face-off won by Navy. That shot fanned on, and now they'll send it cross ice, and it skips out the center, where it's turned over. Wilson bringing it ahead. Can he get to it first? And he will not. That one cleared aside by the Navy netminder. Evans with a solid hit there behind the net. He looks to work it out in front. And a wraparound try. It kicks free. Morris with a shot, and that one doesn't find its way through.
I think the Mountaineers have really calmed down and started to gather the puck and get a possession going here.
Mountaineers feeling a lot of momentum from that previous goal as well, and this offense is clicking right now. Evans plays it across. Barrows with it. Barrows swinging it around the boards, and that one settled aside there and kicked free and finally settled down there. But now the Navy has it once again. Navy bringing it into the offensive end. They take a shot. Longo pads that one up and into the mesh for a draw.
It's getting a little chippy down there on the ice. The Navy players step into the face of a couple of West Virginia players.
Mountaineers bringing out that second defensive pairing, led by the newcomer, or by the returner Hedges. West Virginia also leaving the Evans, Wilson, and Ventura line on the ice. And of course, Longo still between the pipes for the Mountaineers. Navy with it in the offensive end. They're looking to send one out in front. And Longo will just pop the glove down on that one, and he'll cover it back up for a draw with 7:40 remaining in the first period of the D1 hockey season.
I'll tell you, the Mountaineers are looking really good on the face-off. They're grabbing that puck right away, and it seems to help them out when they're trying to clear the zone.
One of the main reasons Evans got called up was his face-off prowess, and he's showing it again here today. Navy with a shot there. That one blocked off by Evans. Evans looking to play it out, and he misses the mark on Ventura, and that one's settled down there and now picked up by Evans. Evans playing it across, looking for Hedges a bit too far, and Hedges will send it all the way down where Navy will take control in their defensive end. Ventura pestering down there, and it kicks out in front. Wilson with a backhand try, and that one kicks free where it's taken by Navy. Gukin now settling it down. Now a few players battle for it. It winds up kicking back all the way behind the net of Navy. Midshipmen with it now from their defensive end. They play it cross ice. And the midshipmen bringing it into their offensive end. That shot there, blockered aside by Longo. Now it comes free where it's taken on and backhanded up into the air by Ventura. Navy with it. Ventura and Evans going off for a change. And the midshipmen bringing it into the zone. That shot all the way across the net mouth, and somehow it kicks free, not finding its way on frame, and a midshipman forward trucked over Longo there. West Virginia will take exception to that.
Stats will tell you one whole different thing than the score here. The Rams have Goats have several more shots than the Mountaineers going on right now, but the Mountaineer keeper keeps the puck out of the net, and the Mountaineers are still going 1-0.
Now Longo's standing on his head here in this first period. 6:30 to go. Face up there, controlled by Navy, and that shot. And somehow Longo kept that one aside. Big hit around there in the corner. Navy with it at the blue line, shot through traffic, and that one just about took me out up here in the booth.
Yeah, I tell you, that almost went right by my head.
Yeah, I don't know where that one went, but it's up here somewhere.
That was a couple feet away from your feet.
Murphy in on the draw. He's got Judas and Avalone out there with him. He wins it back for Hedges. Hedges banks it high off the boards, and that one will go all the way down for what should be, but will not be, an icing. Navy with it from their defensive end. They with possession. They bring it all the way ahead to the offensive end. Drop pass there, and a slap shot into the chest of Longo, and he'll cover that one up for another draw.
That's just beautiful awareness right there by the the West Virginia goalie. He's just ready for the shots right off the bat, and he's saving them all.
And the other big thing for Longo so far in this game, rebound control. He had the one that got away from him, but every other shot is one shot and covered up for a stoppage. West Virginia wins the draw. That one poked ahead, and racing down the ice forward is Viernway. That one kicks free and now played cross ice where it's turned over to Navy. Navy lugs it in, and they'll send it around the boards where it's now settled down around behind. Both teams battle for it, and eventually it kicks free. And Barrows can go after it. Barrows goes down to the ice, and he continues to rip free for it. And now it finally comes out, but turned back over to Navy. Navy looking to get it into the slot. A backhand try, loose, flipping up in the air, and now it's taken on by the Mountaineers. They try to get it ahead for Jukas, and now it's worked on by Cerise. Cerise sends it around the boards. That one they try to clip up high, but Beversdorf chops it down. Now a few players battle for it, and it comes free where it's taken now by West Virginia. Lewis playing it across for Gukin. Gukin, he'll dump it in cross ice. And now a few players going in after it. Now it comes free for Lewis. Lewis sends it back into the zone. 4:43 to go in period number 1. Midshipmen play it cross ice. Lewis trying to cut that one off, unable to do so, and he gets tied up. Navy might have an odd man opportunity here. They circle around, and they send one across the net mouth, but that one blocked off. And West Virginia takes possession. Evans overskating it there. I'm sorry, that's not Evans. That is Viernway, I believe. And now Gukin trying to play it around the boards, unable to do so. And that one chips up high to be taken back by the midshipmen. Gukin with it. They'll slam one down ice, and that one plays off the boards, where it's taken in now by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers looking for possession, a solid hit there. And Hintmeyer gets knocked off the puck. Now it comes around behind, and going to settle it down is Barrows. Barrows playing it ahead. And it's settled back by the midshipmen from their own defensive end. West Virginia regains possession, and they send it back in deep, making Navy have to work it 200 feet to get a chance on net. Navy still with it behind the net, and now they'll work it all the way up into the ceiling, and that will be a stoppage with 3:33 to go in period number 1. West Virginia going on ahead, bringing up that first line of Avalone, Murphy, and Judas. All three of those players returners. Face-off won by the midshipmen. They look to work it out of their end. That puck there gloved down by Barrows. And the call is a hand pass. As off the glove down by Barrows, the first player to touch it was another Mountaineer. And that will be a stoppage just 11 seconds after the last. Due to the hand pass, face-off will come back an extra zone, which means a defensive zone draw here for the Mountaineers. Face-off battled for and eventually taken by Navy. The midshipmen flip one high and around the boards, and they'll take it around behind. Navy looking to work one out in front. That one patted aside by Longo, and Navy sends it back around the boards and up to the blue line. That shot there chipped up high, loose in the slot. Both teams continuing to battle for it, and eventually it's taken by Murphy, and Murphy plays it ahead for Judas. Judas unable to hold on to it, and the midshipmen chip it back into the zone, where Longo will settle it around behind. Now taken by Barrows. Barrows sends it up, and that one taken ahead by Avalone. Avalone will send it in deep as he needed a line change, and now it's sent around behind by the midshipmen as they look to gain possession. Navy backhands one off the boards. That one taken there by Jukas. Jukas passes it along. It's up to the blue line. Gukins with a slap pass across. Lewis settles it around behind, and there it's taken on once again by West Virginia. West Virginia looking to work it out in front. They're unable to do so. And now Navy banks it off the boards, and they'll send it around behind. And an icing call there. They're going to say Gukin won that race. Navy not too happy, and I think they might have a case there. It looked like number 11 for the midshipmen was definitely ahead of Gukin, but whistle blown, and the draw will come back down to the Navy defensive end. 2:15 to go in period number 1. The score line remains West Virginia 1, Navy nothing. Navy sends it around the boards, but up high and out of play, and a stoppage just 2 seconds later. The draw here, I believe that's Hintmeyer. Hintmeyer wins the draw, and that one goes on for Beaversdorf. Beaversdorf with a big hit around behind the cage there. Navy defenseman real slow to get up. Now this puck being settled along behind, and a backhand try there, and Hintmeyer has that puck get paddled aside. Gukin sends it back around the boards. Now out in front, that one intercepted by Navy, and they'll send it back around. And a solid hit there by Lewis as the Mountaineers look to hold it in the offensive end. Navy with it around behind their net once more. And that one intercepted by Lewis, and Lewis will dump it in cross corner. And the Mountaineers reset and get back on sides. Now that backhand try there by Morris, that one intercepted on the dump-in attempt. And Navy will bring it ahead to the offensive end. 1:12 to go in period number 1. A backhand try, that one patted aside right out into the slot, but good work by the Mountaineer defense to help out Longo on that one. Morris unable to corral it, and that one patted aside by Longo and up into the netting and out of play with 59.7 to go in period number 1. Final minute of play here. West Virginia bringing on that third line, Ventura, Evans, Wilson. Morris and Barros in behind them. That puck goes cross ice, and that one backhanded along there by Wilson. Battle for in the near corner. Morris comes up with it. Morris almost brought it right out in front of Longo, dangerously so. And now it kicks free for it to be taken on now by Ventura. Alex Ventura working it ahead. He backhands one in, and Evans with a chance at a backhand try. That one covered up, and a great chance there for West Virginia, and a well set up play by Ventura. Both teams making changes here with 35 ticks to go in the first period of the season for both of these teams. Murphy on the draw for the Mountaineers. Murphy unable to win it, and that the offensive zone here by the midshipman. That one passed right out in front, but chopped aside there by Hedges. Maybe rush one down the boards and get a quick, just a good defensive play there, stopping Navy from getting a shot. And a great chance out in front, and a diving effort by Longo to get that glove hand down on top of it and cover up for the draw with 2.5 ticks to go here in the first period. Mountaineers looking to win this draw and take this to intermission.